Joining me now is Francis Ghiles, a North Africa specialist and former Financial Times journalist. Thank you for your time. Just how successful has this hirak protest movement been in Algeria?
I think that the hirak basically has been very successful. It's a kind of slow fuse revolutionary movement. It's winning by stealth. What it has demonstrated in the last year is that first it's forced the military to assume power nakedly, at least until the elections last year. And so the king is naked. The military have had to get involved, taking decisions, removing heads of companies, getting involved in all kinds of economic affairs about which they know nothing. Meanwhile, the military is losing prestige by the endless flow of corruption and dirt coming out in the Algerian newspapers about the senior high command. The hirak has refused to fall into the traps of provocation. It has remained non-violent. And I think its contribution to the idea of non-violent protest, not just in Algeria, but in the Arab world, is extremely important, because in a region which has seen so much blood in the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years, the hirak is non-violent. It absolutely refuses violence. Today, we have a major problem, is however many people voted for President Tebboune, whether it's 10, 20, 40%, there is no legitimacy. And in order to bring changes to Algeria, you need to rebuild trust between the people and the rulers, which is why we hear President Tebboune sometimes say he wants the support of the hirak. But it's very difficult to have the support of the hirak if you do not bring to the fore people who are new, people who are younger, people who are untainted by the past. I think that so far...
I was just going to say, Francis, but who is actually leading this movement? Because when it did first start to appear a year ago, there was a great deal of sort of confusion as to who actually is the leader, who are the leaders, and who the military could sit down and talk to.
Well, with all due respect, I don't think the leadership of the hirak is the key point. The hirak has shown an enormous diversity of opinion and people. For the first time, what is so important is that in Algeria, in the streets, you get people who are 20, people who are 40, people who are 60, people who are Islamists, non-Islamists, people from the East, people from the West, Berbers, non-Berbers. Everybody is speaking with one voice. This leads to what may appear as confusion, but in fact is diversity. And in a country which has imposed a single ruling party and one way of thinking for decades, this is a major achievement. Algeria is diverse. Now, the question of the leadership, I don't think for the moment is the problem, because whoever comes out in front, and some people have come out and spoken, either they end up in prison, or they risk being bought out by the powers that be. So that for the moment, the leadership of the hirak is not really the problem. What is the problem, I would say, is more that the hirak has got to accept, and I think many people in it do, that it cannot take over from the government, from the establishment. But the establishment, be it the military, be it security, or be it the senior civil services, got to understand that if it does not make serious proposals of reform, then it will get nowhere, and it will never benefit from the trust of the people. Without the trust of Algerian people, you cannot move forward. So we're in midstream, which is maybe awkward in terms of analysis, because one like to say, you know, this is going to happen tomorrow, this is not going to happen tomorrow. But who would have said
Francis Ghiles, I'm terribly sorry, we're going to have to leave it there because we're running out of time. Thank you so much.